Another thing that I did was I changed all the capacitors on the power supply here, except for this large one on this side. And I did that because I thought, well, maybe the actual drive needs a bit more current than the other side, and maybe that would have helped the laser, but unfortunately it didn't. So the big problem with this drive, as far as I can see, is there are not any available replacements for it, unfortunately. So I've had a good look online. Historically, I did find some links to some older drives from quite a few years back, and they may have worked, or at least this mechanism may have worked. But the problem is the actual laser pickup, although you may find one that looks to be very similar, okay, what it will have is a different pin out. And this one has quite a few pins. So the standard ones that you'd see if you do a search on eBay have far less pins like coming out, and often as well the cable is kind of part of the assembly. It's not something that is kind of pushed in. So so that's the real problem there. It's very hard to go about finding a replacement, even if you were to perhaps keep the drive assembly but just change the laser part. So anyway, what I did is I kind of sat on my hands for a little while, and I kept checking on eBay, and I picked up a second one of these units, and it's sold untested. So that's probably a bad sign, because I would imagine everyone's got CDs in their house, so I would have expected the seller to have sort of tested it. But anyway, I thought I'll take a punt. It looks a lot tidier in terms of its sort of appearance, and maybe between the two I can get a working one. So this original one was purchased very, very cheaply. I think it was way under £10, including postage. So so not much to lose there. The other one cost me a little bit more, maybe £15 with postage. So anyway, let's move this one off the workbench, and I will get the second one in and see how that fares. First things first, let's open up this box. So it's looking reasonably well packed. There's a little bit of token polystyrene around it. This is the back of it. So it looks identical, which is what you would expect. Okay, let's power on then. So it's doing what the other one did. It's doing that pre-loading part as power's been switched onto the unit, and then there you are. So let's eject, shall we? So we wouldn't expect to see anything. I guess it's all numbered up correctly. This should be, oh yeah, 1, 2, going that way. Let's just put some CDs in this side, shall we? So we've got to do this CD change, and then your third one in like that, and then close. Oh, so this one looks like the actual free CD changer side isn't working. It's not finding any of those discs. So on the scruffier one, the first Phillips, it does work that side, so all is not lost. This may just need a clean. Alright, let's take out one of those CDs anyway. So I take out that one. I'm going to try this side. So this is the reason for getting this unit, is obviously this CDR side. But hey, wow, that's good. That side at least plays. And there you go. So possibly I've been a little bit fortunate on this second one. Now, we don't know if the recording side works. We certainly can't test it at the moment because this side, the playback side, is not working. So I'm going to have to pop the lid off and what I'm going to do is obviously see if I can clean the playback side on here to get it to work. If not, then probably the easiest test would be for me to take this side out, the CDR side out, put it into my other one. Alright, let's take a quick look. That's the assembly in this one. Oh yeah, it's looking the same, identical. That's the power supply. And here's the, oh yeah, that bounced a little bit, kind of underwhelming. Right, let's see if I can get some access to this side, to the playback side. So I'm just going to open. There you go. So several belts involved here. Looks like it's pretty greased up in there. So I'm not using anything to start with. It's just a dry one. See if anything comes off. Looks quite clean. Okay, let's load this up again. Watch what it does. Yeah, it's not happy. A bit dusty under there. So it's straightforward removing. Well, possibly I can remove this. I don't want to damage it. Kind of disturbing the flow. Oh. Okay, so I've got some compressed air, and I'm just gonna. Oh, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Open up. Open. It's just gone onto there for some reason. Good. This is the angle I want. It's going to go underneath as well. There you go. Okay, it's not happy. All right, I'm not going to waste time because it's just not worth it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out and put it into the other one. So just using this longer Torx screwdriver thing. And what you have to do is open the tray up to get to the screws. There you go, it's quite straightforward. There's 4 to remove, I think. Which one should I take from this one? There you go. 3. So I'm going to give this a slight clean. And the reason why, it does look like it's a little bit dirty, the lens. I don't know if I can kind of show it. It's almost like a bit of a mottled look. I did notice something similar to that on on the other one. Anyway, I'm not using any cleaning solution. And swap these drives. I just wanted to hold this one like that so you could make out the part number on this side, this one here, and I'll move it away now and you can look at the part number up here. So they are slightly different, but they are for the Freya board, and I would imagine they will be a straight swap. It should just work. So this one is the known no good one. And that one's out, so let's put that to one side. I think that's the position. Alright, let's power this one on. Yeah, the front of this one is more scratched and everything, so I'm probably going to want to swap the front panel over as well. But anyway, let's see what happens when I turn it on. Let's open up the drives. It's responding, so remember this one couldn't play on the CD side, CDR side. Okay, looks like it's read the table of contents. Okay, that's good. I still didn't drive that one. We know that this side works. As always, the best way to be sure is to use a brand new CDR, and it's a music one, so they're a little bit more expensive because the consumer recorders needed to have more expensive media, and that's all to do with licensing and copyrights and stuff like that. So there's a bit of information on the CD that the drive reads to make sure that it is a music type CD. All I want to do is you've got to be patient with this machine. It wants to go around checking every position, which is fine. So if I just want to play, now, make sure it's playing, it is. Okay, let's stop. Right, now let's press copy CD. Now it's saying record CD 2 times speed. So is that as fast as it goes? 2 times speed? Has it got the speed thing on here? Two time is probably the fastest. Okay, let's press yes. It's saying preparing. Double speed recording. It's just read that. Okay, so it doesn't seem to like to proceed with this recording. Now, Could it be a need to replace the PCB board as well? Maybe there's some identifier on that board, and I've done that in previous videos where I've had to swap the PCB board over for everything to marry up and work. So maybe that is what the issue is. Or it just might not have the power to do its thing. This is the board that I'm going to take out and swap with the other board. Just record a bit of video, see if there's any differences. Capacitors all look to be okay on this. I'll swap the board over. I suppose I should really just check it can read the CD first, so let's just do that. It says it has. I'm just going to play. Okay, that seems to be playing with the board that I previously worked on, so the one where I changed some of the capacitors, it does seem to be playing, so that's good. Alright, let's stop. Now let's try the CDRW. Oh, it's saying CD blank, and then it said initializing. So that does make me think that the PCB boards are very important. They also need to be swapped. Now it's come up CDR on there. Alright, and CDRW. Let's put this into the right position. So I'm just going to press CD1. I think I put it into 1, didn't I? Okay, let's do open on it. So it says 1, okay. What's it not happy about now? They are funny units, these, for sure. It's got this thing about going and checking all the other positions. But if I want to play, there you go, it's now going to play. So CD1, okay, let's stop that. Alright, all looking okay. So let's do copy CD and let's really just go for 2 times. So it says 2 times speed. And we're going to say yes. It failed again. What a shame. Let's do single speed. Right, let's just pretend we're recording an auxiliary. Can we do anything with this? Yes. Doesn't look like it. What a shame. So it does seem it's just too weak to do its thing. I've put the original PCB board back into the CDR drive. It's still misbehaving, so it still goes to record but then doesn't record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out and put it back into the one it came from and try doing a recording on auxiliary. Okay, so I put it back into the original one that came in. So we know this side is not working. Let's try to do a auxiliary. Select source, auxiliary, record. Oh dear. So that doesn't work. So it looks like the CD writer side is kaput, but it does play. And that's one step beyond what my original one was doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this chassis. I'm going to now swap the working one from the first unit into here. So that's the free tray caddy thingy-majig. I'm going to put that in, and then at least I'll have a working CD player in that it will play, well, 4 CDs. It's like a 4 CD changer system now, but it won't unfortunately record. Straightforward removal on this one. So you basically open your tray, you've got 2 screws at this end, and then you pop your cover off the front of the tray. There's basically 2 more screws holding the assembly to the front. So I've turned it upside down. It's still connected by a couple of cables here. Now, that one you can see just goes into this side. So that's probably straightforward to take out. The other one, I think, goes more underneath. So what I'm going to do, make it a bit easier, I'm just going to unscrew this PCB board off, just lift it off slightly, and then just make sure I can pull the cables out. So I'm going to keep these cables in the machine and attach it to the other drive. What you'll see now is the working drive from the first deck now in the second deck, because the second deck looks a lot nicer. This obviously is the one from the second deck, so it stays in here and it does play but not record. So not quite working 100%, so the recording part is not going to work, but the playback on both sides does work, and I've put everything back into the nicer case. So let's just turn it on. So a couple of tests before I close out this video. First is, does it play MP3s? Well, let's try MP3 album, see if that works. Looks like it. Yeah. Let's just play. Excellent. MP3. Right, let's now try, not from the MP3 but from another CD, let's try to copy onto a CDR this time. So I've obviously tried a CDW. Alright, it's a CDR 80. So it's detecting the CD types, CD, CDR, CDR, W. But that's about as far as it was going before, wasn't it? So anyway, let's try copy. Copy in. Yes. Yeah, not even happy with the CDR. So it seems to have made a beer mat, a coaster of my CDR. So it does try to do something at the beginning. That's as far as it goes. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope it goes to show some of the difficulties that you can face trying to revive these old decks, particularly ones where it's very hard to source a working CD read-write drive because they're just so customized for the machine, for the product. But anyway, I hope it's been interesting to you. Please like and subscribe, and I shall do some more videos in the future. Bye for now.